Yeah, this week we saw the celebration of Star Wars Day, May the 4th,
Hey.
as has become sort of an unofficial Star Wars holiday or day of celebration.
Yeah.
Is it still unofficial? Like, I feel like it's just official now. I'm pretty
like,
sure
it's not a
like
holiday
it's got to be in a
holiday, but
calendar somewhere. I didn't
It's
do
a
any
stat
work
holiday.
yesterday.
We all got the day off.
It's fine.
I mean, if my official religion is Jediism, then I think it should be a.
I think that's fine.
That's an interesting idea. Like, what if you did identify like religiously as a Jedi because it is a recognized religion now, apparently.
I saw
There
that
you
people
go.
doing are bragging about doing it 10 years ago or something like that. It's like an old Facebook status thing.
Well, I think like isn't like New Zealand or something have like the biggest like collection of like actual like registered quote unquote Jedis?
Something like that, yeah. I want to say it was New Zealand, but which means I should just go there.
Hmm.
By
I
people.
wonder if there's an offshoot of the religion of Sith who like
Although
people who actually started it.
You'd think New Zealand, the religion would be like something based on Tolkien because of the Lord of the Rings.
Hobbiton.
Hobbitism.
Wizard.
The way of
Wizard.
Eru the One.
Oh God.
Well, I think culturally, from what I've heard, most people, like most actual like New Zealanders, genuinely hate the Hobbit, and they hate the fact that it's like that's all they're associated with.
Well, that was a big thing on Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
The whole thing about that. Anyways,
Maybe add another
Star Wars.
Yes.
Yes, Star Wars.
That
As
veered
Jordan was
wildly
saying.
great.
That old chestnut.
Ooh, my camera decided I don't have a face anymore. Okay, as Jordan was saying, we were talking just before podcast about an R2D2 vibrator. Yes, I'm having this conversation because I went and looked it up.
You
can
just
get it
went
on
balls
Etsy.
deep into that one, didn't you? We're not even
Jump right
3
in.
minutes in.
You can get it on Etsy for $33.80.
Oh, it's an Etsy thing? Pfft, that's not real.
It's not
That
great.
seems
It's just
Someone
it
that means
literally
someone
looks-
made it.
It's a white vibrator and it looks like somebody just like smacked a sticker on it, so that might get lost. R2D2 may be with you permanently. And
I'm no expert,
the
but
inside
I
of
would
the
think
box
you'd want
says,
a little more expert engineering on that one, but
it might not be, like, it's probably not just a sticker, but it totally looks like a sticker. Oh, actually, you can get any face you want on this. It's just advertising R2D2. You can I could put like your face on it. Yeah.
I would say that a good rule of thumb to live by is maybe not to buy your sex toys from Etsy. Like that just seems like a good idea to me.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, so it's $33.80 Canadian, and it's low in stock. Great reviews, but the problem is, like, a decent vibrator kind of costs that much or more anyway. So,
but
anyway, back to Star Wars.
Guarantees of engineering and safety and craftsmanship. I don't.
There's a sticker of R2D2, and the inside of the box says "Go fuck yourself." So I don't think that's really staying in line with.
I know we're talking
Brendan
about
wasn't
using
here.
the Force.
I don't have any supervision. I'm sorry.
But this is ridiculous.
Oh my god.
I hope it, instead of like noises, it like beep boops at you the whole time.
Or it makes the lightsaber sound.
I just stopped myself from making a horrible reference. We need to move on.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna see if I can find more.
There was a really bad Empire joke I was gonna make that would have been really bad.
Wait. There's apparently just like there's a Lord Vader, there's a C-3PO, there's a Stormtrooper couples massager, and an R2D2 personal massager.
You don't want the Stormtrooper one, they always miss.
Oh, but wait. Yeah.
Anyway, back to
Kenobi.
Star Wars.
There's an Avengers line too. Okay.
Back to lightsabers and
nobody tell Brendan I went off the handle. Don't tell him. He'll never know.
I was gonna say you made a spreadsheet to help like rate us in, and you were the first person to go off the rails.
I'm on topic. It's technology. It's Star Wars Day. And you know what?
And we're all talking about it, so we're all
it's
have something.
Mother's Day weekend as well. We're celebrating women.
Yeah,
Go
guys,
buy that for your Star Wars mom.
That's the worst crossover ever.
What a great gift.
That's the awkward.
I would 100% do that. My mom would die inside, and it would be great. But Lord Vader is the name of the one that's Who's Your Daddy. I just
wouldn't it be better if it was called like the Vibe Vader or something? Like at least that's more like.
I like that its slogan is "Who's Your Daddy," though. Like, come on. Oh, that's
like an unfortunate headline in the making.
I saw a lot of good like Star Wars
Hilarious.
condoms, right?
Okay, I gotta get off this page. That's it.
That were,
Okay.
Anywho, Star
yeah.
Wars. That was the thing we were talking about. How do we recover from this?
I
don't know. I think we start from scratch.
Chris, what was your favorite Star Wars movie and why?
What was or what is? Because that's.
I mean, okay, what is?
Currently still Last Jedi, holding strong.
Yes. I was gonna say
which one that is.
It's a two-way tie between Last Jedi and Empire, I would say.
I like the new ones. I don't think I'm allowed to say that though.
You don't like the new ones?
No, I do like the new one. I do.
Well, I mean,
I wasn't raised on Star Wars the way most people were. My brother was a huge fan. He took me to my first Star Wars movie in high school. So you'd have to tell me which episode that is, to be perfectly honest. I started off smack in the middle. It was, I think it was the most recent of the new ones. No, maybe?
No,
anyway.
the prequels.
Broad statement, because
not the newest ones.
New
but,
ones, yeah.
Hey, I'm like the first three, so second
like,
three.
Revenge of the Sith. Maybe.
Yeah, we're around the same age, so it would have been Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, the way that we ended up going to see it, there was a midnight showing. My brother's friends couldn't go, and we did not get along growing up. He's 7 years older than me, so like we were not bros. And he wanted me to go, and it was a school night. My mom was like, "Ugh, but you guys are doing something nice together." So she let me, and the only rule was that I had to go to school the next day. I absolutely did not go to school the next day. There were people dressed up everywhere and yelling, and it was fun. But I watched every Star Wars movie the day we went. Like I fast forwarded through a bunch of them, and I learned to hate baby Anakin really, really quickly because I choked him down a little too fast. It was not good. It was not good.
Yeah. He was objectively the worst character in that movie, and I include Jar Jar Binks in that whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what? Binks gets a bad rap, man. That dude became a general. His arc was completed in that movie. He was a lovable goofball, and then he assumed responsibility, and part of his lovable goofballiness helped save the day. So,
yeah.
And they punished the fuck out of him for it. Like, it's so bad that they let like the fan base just like really steer the ship on what happened to Jar Jar Binks.
Well, I mean, that was Jar Jar was like, okay, he got a lot of crap he didn't deserve, and the actor Ahmed should never have gotten death threats. Should not be on the table.
Yeah.
That being said, Lucas did try a little hard to cram that down people's throats, and like, you know, it was a pioneering performance for the industry in terms of like what he did with, you know, the motion capture suit and all that stuff. At the same time that Circus was doing Gollum. It's a really mixed bag. Like, he deserved some flack for that. Lucas did, I should say, but not. Well, yeah, not but what Lucas he actually got.
Deserves a lot of flack for a lot of the stuff that went into that prequel trilogy. You know, nobody was saying no to that guy. Like, it was stupid.
And someone needed to badly on a lot of things, but
yeah,
actually, in the end, Jar Jar got a nice epilogue recently in one of the books. After like it was like 2017, it cuts away to Naboo for an interlude chapter, and he's a clown entertaining kids. And they kind of hate him. But some people are like, "Oh, this is funny, whatever." But there's one kid who latches onto him and like becomes his friend and like kind of like makes up for everything. I thought that was a nice little post.
I hated that.
Oh, it's nice. It's a nice thing to actually read the book.
I mean, it's like nice in theory, but it's like they had to make him a literal clown. Like, this guy was a war hero. He was a diplomat, and
also
because people, but like I said, he was a lovable goofball. It's like, you know, nobody writes a friggin' epilogue about like Goofy in Kingdom Hearts falling out of favor with King Mickey and becoming a clown just because he's a lovable goofball. Like. You know, it's just ridiculous. It's like, this is what they had to do. They had to punish him. It's like, oh, he's the guy everybody hates. He's the literal clown. Get it? Like,
but he was a literal clown.
But he was a goddamn war hero.
Okay.
A war hero. Well, I'm sure there's lots of shitty war heroes if you want to throw it out there.
A lot of them are clowns too, I suppose. Clowns everywhere.
So Anton's like, no, I will not accept this. I accept nothing.
infuriating.
But that actually kind of comes back to something I wrote in my editorial this week about Star Wars on the site. Like, Dana, what you're saying about how you first remember experiencing it. I've talked to so many people over the years at conventions and stuff through my own like Star Wars podcast, and whenever you ask like someone who's really into Star Wars about the first time they saw it, they can usually give you this very succinct, like, I was here, I saw it with this person, it was this movie, we ate this for popcorn, like we had popcorn in this candy bar in the lobby, like it's like for people who are really into Star Wars, it really is a meaningful thing at a lot of levels. There's usually a very nice story behind it, and that's the kind of thing I love hearing about on May 4th.
It is something that you know, it grows with you no matter what kind of fan you are. Like I'm not a fan like you guys might be, but I absolutely remember it and will pass it on to my kids because it's kind of a part of us.
It's the pop culture, and
it's interesting that you say that too, because now, like, thinking about it, it's like I don't think I have that, just because, like, no, well, it's the same thing, like, with, like, you know, when people kind of talk about, like, even like as like gamers, like, you know, the first time you like picked up a controller, like, it's just like as long as I can remember, like, the two things that have always been like part of my like growing up were like Nintendo and Star Wars. I can't clearly remember the first time I sat down and watched Star Wars. I just know that, like,
you just came out with it,
little kid.
You just came out.
Kind of like, it's like that's as far back as I can remember. Like, Star Wars was always just there, and we just like we watched it like all the time. We had this like the THX like release box set of the VHSs, and we watched Empire until we burnt out the tape. Like,
that's
like
awesome.
It's, you know what I mean? Like, we just like, it was just like we just knew Star Wars. It was just like, yeah, like it's just like it just became part of our like formulation.
Yeah, that's probably like what my kids are like, because I'm really into it. Like, there's a lot of Star Wars stuff in our house, so like I think that's going to be how they kind of remember it.
I think that's what's going on with my nephew right now. So my brother is crazy into it, like crazy. He actually wears like a lightsaber ring. He's very much into it. So his kids were kind of drowned in it, and actually I think he's the one that showed my son a Star Wars movie for the first time. So lucky he's still alive.
Yeah, like I had a similar thing with like my like a friend of mine's daughter was talking about the first time that she saw it. Like, she's like 17 or so, and she's like, yeah, like it was always around growing up because Dad's a big fan and all this stuff. But then once I actually got into it, you know, had a certain appreciation for it. But then even then, like later on, she came back to it again as a teenager because her boyfriend at the time was really into Star Wars, so they started watching it together, and then she really got into it. So it's this weird kind of like, everyone's got like this intro point. Like, there's always some kind of milestone, like the first time you saw a new movie or something like that.
Yeah, now, like I said, I like the newer movies, and I'm kind of a fan of newer movies in general. I have a hard time going back and watching things from the past because I get really easily distracted when I think things look dumb or sound dumb or are dumb. So being able to watch like the new special effects and the new characters and that kind of stuff is a lot of fun for me, and I really enjoy them. But as you know, I have issues with my memory in terms of like names and places, and like, I have no idea what order of anything is. I know like 2 names. It's not a good time for me to try and put it all together. It is a vast universe, and I envy you people.
I don't know if it's enviable at the same time, because there's a lot of useless Star Wars knowledge in this noggin that's just like, I wish I could do this instead.
it's pushing out like useful skills you could possibly have. It's just taking up all
normal
that
human interaction. Get that out of there. Cram some Star Wars knowledge in there, like the name
I could have learned pottery, but
Gan plays.
That
Brendan is back when we're ready, because apparently that's what's
he can jump in whenever he wants.
I know he needs like a grand entrance. Should we play a song?
You may fire when ready.
Yeah.
Now watch, he's not gonna come. He's like, never mind, just kidding. And I just, never mind. He's not there. He's not there.
Okay.
That's embarrassing.
So
section.
So given your like somewhat, not, I don't want to say distant, but like not super engrossed connection to Star Wars, like it's something you're a fan of, but you don't like live in it. How'd you feel about that Kenobi trailer yesterday?
Oh, don't look at me. I didn't watch it.
Oh god, that was perfect setup.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not watch the Kenobi trailer yet, actually. I'm pretty sure I edited the story on it and I had it playing in the background. But yeah, I don't know. Disney Plus is eating me alive with shows. Like I still haven't watched Boba Fett. We've discussed this. I watched the first episode. I did the same thing with Moon Knight, first episode, and just that was the end of it. So I've really got to get my life together.
Spoiler alert. Vader shows up at the end of the trailer.
Does he actually?
Yeah, they do. They tease him anyway. They show his little light bright on his chest, and they do the.
I think that's my favorite way that I've heard it described. His little light bright. You have to do this hand motion too, though. You have to do some spirit fingers.
Square on the chest. Yeah.
This little Windows 95 boot up sound.
Yeah, what does that even do? He's got a panel on his chest. He's like with buttons, and I've never once seen him press one.
Okay.
I think they get him to mess with it sometimes in like books and stuff. I think it's just to be like, what the hell's that button for? One time he used it to like fiddle with his
it activates his roller skates like Inspector Gadget.
It's RGBs.
Hey there, lighting.
Speaking of RGBs,
it turns his voice into that of Rick Moranis
you mean just
instead.
B?
Nobody got that joke?
Well,
I thought it was great. It's fine. It's fine.
If you're gonna have any voice in your light bright on your chest, it should be Rick Moranis's.
It should. I agree.
That's a strong contender. That or Gilbert.
Brendan's like, I missed something.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the party, love. Do you have any fond memories of Star Wars, Brendan? Do you even Star Wars?
I mean, I've seen all the Star Wars. I went to see the special editions when they re-released. I've seen every single Star Wars in theaters up to this point. So, I haven't seen the last one.
Because he's so old.
Brendan, you don't
I've seen
need
them all in
to.
theaters too.
Shut up, Chris. You're old too. You're old at heart.
Well, no, because I was there in time for the special editions when they put them in theaters, so I got to see them all theatrically that way. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
I've actually, you know what? That's interesting. I've only seen. I mean, I've only seen 2 of the prequels in theaters. I saw Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith in theaters.
Okay.
I didn't go see Clone Wars because nobody needs to see Clone Wars.
That's not.
And then
I don't count that. The pilot.
No, I don't mean that Clone Wars. I mean the actual terrible version of Clone Wars that is canon.
No, it's the pilot for the TV show. They put it out theatrically, so I don't really count that as a movie. So
Chris,
you're there.
Oh, I'm thinking of Attack of the Clones. Sorry, Chris. I didn't say the friggin' dictionary definition of the name.
Attack of the Bones. That's a new toy, guys. Oh,
no
yes.
kidding. All that Star Wars knowledge knocking up in your head. You're like literally clocking me on.
No, everyone always says, "Oh, I didn't see the Clone Wars movie in theaters because, well, it was also an animated."
And Chris shows up with his glasses. Actually, the Clone Wars was a pilot for the TV show.
Oh.
Are you done?
Okay, we're gonna pull out a glasses noise every time any one of you goes off, because I'm the only one here without super nerd knowledge about one individual thing. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know any super nerd knowledge about anything, so you know.
That's not true at all. Let me throw some anime at you.
I probably don't have super nerd knowledge at it.
Enough to make me go.
Super nerd movie knowledge, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. I am an expert on nothing and a knower of many things. Also, I have a pink makeup brush. So what about some of the stuff that they did this week for Star Wars, though? Like, was there anything anybody in particular did? Yes.
Yeah, that was
Fortnite.
cool.
That's back. I'll say the nice skins too.
Yeah.
They didn't have any new ones though, right? It was just they brought back the old ones, which is kind of.
And they teased Kenobi showing up, but kind of is to be expected with the way they've been doing things lately.
Yeah, I mean, half unrelated, Scarlet Witch just came out tonight.
Ooh.
So I'm sure we'll see.
Yeah, well,
we'll see that
Multiverse
soon.
of Madness and whatnot.
Yeah, the Fortnite stuff looked good. It was a good way for them to bring back so much stuff all at once, but they didn't really do anything new.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully that they didn't tie a crucial plot detail to a movie that hadn't been released to this event.
Lame.
So that was a good thing they did this time around.
We did it.
Wow.
We did something.
But
yeah, they've
no, it was
got a
cool.
lot though. Like
I was I was pretty happy. The first game I jumped into, I found Kylo Ren's lightsaber, and that's like probably my favorite of all the lightsabers.
It's pretty cool.
So
you just get to keep now? How does it work?
No, they're just like you just pick them up in game, and like once if you die with them. Like
I have a problem. As soon as I have one, I cannot not rush people. Like I no longer have patience.
No. I mean,
I'm like ripping down walls. No, it's a disaster. As soon as there's a lightsaber in the game, everyone on my team better know that I'm going to die or kill everything, and there's no in between whatsoever.
No, it's like it's weird because it's like obviously you want to use it, but they're not like hyper effective because there's like huge windows in between like attack frames, or you can just get like dummied by someone with a shotgun.
If you get it right, you can tear people down.
Oh no, you can tear people down big time, but like it doesn't like there's no like it doesn't operate like an actual like sword in a video game, so there's no like knockback animations or anything like so. It's just like you're tearing through people, but if they have full shields and like the like recharge shield and full health, they could pretty easily like blow you away with a shotgun if you just get close enough to them.
Yeah, I kind of wish they were just like harvesting tools skins in a way. But
yeah, I was hoping that too.
Because I was like looking at the skins in the store, it's like, oh neat, but where's the harvesting tool? Oh wait, no, they don't have one because it's an actual thing.
Yeah, the ones that they included, even like for like Kylo and stuff, are like so like garbage.
That and like there's not really anything that goes with it thematically unless you give them all a gaffy stick from Boba Fett. But that's nitpicking, really.
Yeah.
The Elden Ring mods and stuff people were doing.
That was really nice.
No.
I just saw Let Me Han Solo her. That's the only joke I saw about Elden Ring.
That goes back to the earlier toy topic. What? Yeah, no.
Oh no. I just got it.
Oh, that's the Elden Ring. Oh god.
That's a different line of toys, Jordan. A different line of toys.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of like a lot of weird little crossovers for products announced yesterday, like Starbucks mugs, which I mean I would go for, but there's a real trend these days for like merchandise crossing over into homewares and stuff. Like if you walk into GameStop, you can get like Naruto rice cookers and Sailor Moon this and that, and I'm kind of tired of all that stuff a little bit.
Have you guys not seen at the grocery store like Star Wars bananas? And
I mean, I've seen.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty ubiquitous now. I would say like it's literally like anything that's got like potential branding possibility, like capability, just gets like branded. Like like same thing. Like when Frozen was big, like literally like there was like 9 different pieces of fruit you could go to a grocery store and buy with like Elsa stickers on them.
Yeah, that was an old tradition. I thought like didn't they do that back in the 90s too when we were kids? Like
yeah, it's been going on forever.
But BarkBox is one of the things that you can get a Star Wars collaboration for. So
what the hell's a BarkBox?
It's one. It's a subscription box for dog treats and toys and stuff.
I thought you were going to say a subscription service for dogs, like exclusively.
No, well,
like they're the ones who get the service.
Technically, they do, I suppose. Technically,
hey, you can eat those treats.
They can't order themselves, but yeah. So more things to spend your money on than the actual announcements, but that's kind of Star Wars seems to be kind of recovering still from the pandemic, like movie wise. Like they were set up to do like a movie every year and like alternating with Avatar and stuff like that, and that's all fallen by the wayside in lieu of the TV shows and everything like that. So kind of a quiet official news day for that.
Quiet official news.
Yeah. Okay.